Hey sunshine, it's Cady from DarkSunlight. If you're new here, I make videos about bullet journaling, witchy things, and lifestyle in Montreal. If that's something you're into, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. In today's video, I'll be setting up my bullet journal for February. To choose this month's theme, I started by first picking out some colors that I hadn't used before, and then trying to see what imagery might suit that color scheme. I ended up choosing a Luna moth theme. I find them to be very magical looking with their bright green and deep purple-red colors. I also knew I wanted to create a Dutch door cover page, so I trimmed off the edge of the page, leaving part of the circular shape I had drawn, and then rounded the corners. I knew I wanted the circle shape to be filled in with black, but what I completely forgot is that I never replaced my very dry brush pen, so filling this in took ages and I had to switch between a few pens. I tried to write the title using my white acrylograph pen, but it ended up kind of exploding everywhere, so I switched to a regular white gel pen and went back later to correct it when it was dry. I want to take a second to thank my newest patron, the lovely Elena. Welcome to the fam! I'm incredibly grateful for your support, and I hope you love the bonus content and printables. If you would like to see your name in the credits of every video, come join the team over on Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description below. On the backside of the cover page, I drew in my calendar with 2 extra boxes to track my social media growth and some goals I want to focus on this month. Once the calendar was drawn in, I referred back to both my future log and my moon phases spread to transfer over any important dates or information. On the next spread, I plan to set up my habit and mood trackers. For the border, I used my trusted plastic bag technique to create some fun texture. I started by laying down the lightest color to have a base. Then I colored on the plastic bag with the 2 darker colors. Then I spritzed the bag lightly with some water and cleaned up any excess with a paper towel. Then I just pressed the bag onto the paper and blotted it again with paper towel to try to avoid my pages wrinkling. And then the satisfying reveal when I removed the washi tape. A happy accident occurred when I drew with the blue marker. Because I had been coloring over the green on the plastic, it had soaked up some of that green ink, so coloring with it created a little gradient as the last of the green ink came out, and I think it looks kind of cool. I also think it's so satisfying that this February is a perfectly rectangular month, with the 1st being a Monday and the 28th being a Sunday. So this mood tracker took me ages. I knew I wanted a little cloud of moths to color in throughout the month, and it really took me a while to draw them all, but luckily I just did the sketching while binging Bridgerton, so it was pretty fun. I think it'll be really fun to see how it looks at the end of the month. I do post my finished spreads on my Instagram if you want to go follow me there as well. Next up, we are bringing back the beloved productivity level board. I took a break from this one in January just to simplify my spreads a little bit because I was feeling really low energy, but now I've missed it and I'm excited to bring it back. I've added a category this month to separate my DarkSunlight work from my graphic design work, but other than that, the things I'm tracking have mostly stayed the same. On the next spread, we're again bringing back an old favorite. I tend to switch between a one-line-a-day style spread and this one, the Faves Memories spread. I find both have their pros and cons depending on what I'm feeling that month. This month, I wanted a bit more of a free-form space to write or doodle memories, so this is the spread I chose to go with. Last but not least, I set up my first weekly of the month. I favored a vertical layout, but also left space to include a section for notes and for a mini calendar. Then I added the month title and another moth illustration to the top of the page to add some interest. And after going back and adding just a few more details throughout the spreads, here's how everything turned out. I'm really happy with how it came together in the end, and I think it'll be fun to see how it looks when it's all filled in at the end of the month. If you're inspired by any of these pages in your own setups, feel free to tag me on Instagram so I can check them out. And don't forget you can grab the printables of this setup either on my Patreon or over at my Etsy store, both of which will be linked below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.